俺は巨人を残らずぶっ殺したい。調査兵団の兵士として役に立ちたいんです。
What's up guys, I hope you are all having a great day, and today I'm making a video that goes over some of the events that happened in episode 1, and the reason why I'm pretty certain these happened in episode 1 is because they actually premiered episode 1 at Comic-Con, and it's kind of obvious based on certain things that happen in the manga and just the way that it is paced. There most likely won't be any manga spoilers in this particular portion of the video, or any of it for the most part, but if there is, I am definitely going to be putting a spoiler text just to say that there is going to be spoilers. So if you don't know what happens in the manga, or if you don't want me to actually spoil anything, I will let you guys know. So I wanted to start this video by talking about the Titan powers as well as the Titans in general. Of course, so far we know that Eren is the owner of the Attack Titan.
Reiner, who is in possession of the Armor Titan.
We have Bertolt, or however you pronounce his name, never been good at that one. That is the owner of the Colossal Titan. You have Ymir, who of course owns, well I say owns, but you get what I mean, is in possession of the Jaw Titan power. We have Annie, who is the female Titan. And of course we also know the Ape Titan, but we don't know who is in possession of him. We just know that there is an Ape Titan and that someone is capable of controlling that particular power. So now, Eren'S is pretty basic. He doesn't really have, so far, any abilities that the others don't have. Just very powerful Titan, is good in combat because of Eren's knowledge, but of course that is what he is capable of right now. Eren is going to be the main focus of the video in the second portion, but for now I just kind of, like I said, wanted to go over the Titan powers in general. Of course we have the Colossal Titan that they had a lot of problems with because of a very tough layer of skin that he has. But again, he doesn't have any additional powers that we know of so far. The main one is the fact that he just has Titan armor. The Colossal Titan, which is definitely the most destructive Titan that we know of so far, is capable of destroying basically anything with ease. I guess you could say that one of the drawbacks is the fact that he is extremely slow, but I'm pretty certain that if Bertolt wanted to completely use the Colossal Titan's power to the most he wanted to, he definitely could. And then of course we have Annie, who is capable of freezing certain areas of her body. She is capable of targeting certain areas for enhanced healing. So far, I definitely want to say that Annie's Titan is the one that has advanced the most, but I do believe that that mainly comes down to the fact that she is more knowledgeable when it comes to how she can use her Titan. And the Titan that we have probably seen the least is the Jaw Titan, which of course belongs to Ymir, but she is by far the fastest Titan that we know of so far. We saw this showcased in one of the later episodes in the previous season, and of course that particular ability was utilized in multiple ways. And when it comes to the Ape Titan, we really don't know that much about what he can do. A few things have been suggested, but I don't necessarily want to go the entire way and spoil a few things. But if you've read a manga, you know what the Ape Titan is capable of doing. But so far, we just know that he is an incredibly powerful Titan that can control Titans. But I'm just going to leave it there. So when it comes to which Titan has advanced the most in terms of abilities, I definitely want to say that Annie is the top. Doesn't necessarily mean that she has the best Titan abilities, but of course at the end of the season we saw that Eren was capable of controlling Titans just in his normal human form, and we don't know in the anime how this is possible, but of course if you have read the manga, you know why this is possible. But is this going to be an ability that Eren can use later on, or is this simply something that happened out of the blue and just is something random that he is never going to be capable of doing again?
前線で戦ってた頃から全く力は衰えてないみたいだね。モブリット、助かったよ。
So in episode 1, Hanji does an experiment on Eren. They basically want to have a better understanding of the Titan power. So basically in episode 1, Hanji does an experiment on Eren that has to do with his Titan power. They essentially just want to see the limitations. Of course, I'm not completely sure of this, so if you don't want any spoilers, pause the video, but it's to do with the main focus of the next few episodes. So it may be in this episode, it may be in the next one. So pause the video or mute it for like the next 10 to 15 seconds, but it's not going to give away too much. Just basically the mission that they are going to go on. But basically the plan is to try to seal the wall with an ability that was used by the female Titan where she could crystallize certain parts of the body. But now what they want to do is that with Eren, but instead of crystallizing a certain part of the body, they want him to essentially crystallize his entire body as well as the hole in the wall. So that is another reason why they are doing this particular test. But the reason why Eren's Titan looks so different is because it gets weaker every single time that he transforms. So to go over the experiment, we can see that Eren gradually gets weaker over time. When he first transforms, he is a 15-meter Titan, which is the Titan size that he normally is at. He was capable of just answering to any command. He was capable of doing a lot of different tasks that he was asked to do. One of them was to make a house out of some logs and ropes, which he successfully did with ease. And he also says that Eren's Titan mouth is structured to be able to speak. He tried to get him to speak, but he just wasn't capable of doing it. And then after being transformed for around an hour, Eren started writing on the floor that he doesn't know how to harden his skin, which was the purpose of this entire experiment to begin with. During his initial transformation, they tried to get Eren to actually block up the wall by crystallizing his body, but that simply did not happen. But a little while longer, Eren started to write in the ground what my father did to me. And after writing that, he became so jumbled that he couldn't actually write himself, and then he purposely got himself out of the Titan. He went on to rest for about 30 minutes before trying to transform again. Of course he did. He tried to harden his skin to block up the hole in the wall, and it just didn't happen. They tried to run the tests that they did earlier when he initially transformed, but they just didn't work. The orders that he was given, he just wouldn't listen to them, so he ate the house that he made earlier. He ran around for a little longer until he ran out of energy, but this time he actually needed help to get out of the Titan. Now for the third transformation, this Titan was so incomplete that Eren couldn't even stand by himself. It was barely 10 meters tall. And as you are hopefully seeing here, it doesn't look like the Titan that Eren is normally capable of transforming into. So from what we know so far, the more Eren uses the Titan power in a certain time frame, the weaker it is. So clearly the power of the Titan is based heavily on Eren's stamina in general and just how healthy he is. When Reiner and Bertolt kidnapped Eren, they were a bit worried about transforming so soon, obviously because their Titans get weaker as they transform. So it's safe to say that the worse the injury is, the more time it's going to take for you to heal up, and of course this is going to drastically increase the amount of time that you need to wait to transform into a Titan. So there are definitely some limitations to the Titan power. The Titan is always going to be at its peak and just the most coordinated when it transforms for the first time. And to be fair, Eren has a decent amount of time when it comes to the first transformation because we saw that he was able to do everything for about an hour or so. So there we have it, that should be all of it explained. This is exactly why Eren's Titan looks like that. It happened in episode 1, and I have to say, based on the amount that they covered in this particular episode, they seem to have covered about 5 chapters or so. So of course, if we are covering that amount per episode, it means that we are going to get to certain events in the anime a lot faster. And one thing I'm definitely looking forward to is seeing what changes that he ends up making to the anime, because of course the author of Attack on Titan said that he wasn't necessarily too happy with some events that happened in this particular arc, and a lot of people seem to have the same opinion. I personally enjoyed it, but any changes are welcome. To be honest, if you had to say which arc of Attack on Titan is the weakest, this would probably be the one when it comes to certain areas of it. But I definitely have faith in what he is going to do, and it's great to see an author that is capable of looking at his own mistakes and his own work, criticizing it and improving on it, and that's one of the advantages that the anime has. So I hope you guys found this video useful, had a lot of fun making it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, leave a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one.